Alright, Controls again. Today guys, I'm going to do an anime review. And this anime review is to Kamen episode 7, guys. So let's get into it. Now guys, in this episode, it's pretty much again introducing characters. Like, how many fucking episodes have we seen so far in this series introducing characters? I have no idea how this series is gonna work. Like, I don't know how this series, like, it could be like 12 episodes or 13 episodes long, then a second season is gonna come, something like that, or it's gonna be like a freaking 24 length round that many episode series. Like, that's a possibility why I feel like they keep introducing characters quite quickly. But episode 7, it's okay. We got introduced to a new character who ends up being the emperor of this country, of the country, daughter, or was the princess, the emperor's daughter, or was the emperor's princess. Got introduced in this episode. Now, it was obvious that she's a princess, but it doesn't reveal until she was a princess until the end of the episode. That's when it revealed that she was the Imperial Army's princess. But the episode was freaking obvious. Like, they were talking about a festival going on for basically the Imperial Princess to introduce the Imperial Princess, who we know that no one knows what she looked like or anything. So basically, this festival was to introduce her to the world that she's the princess. Now, it was quite obvious when I heard about. They mentioned that quite in this episode. It was obvious that we're gonna see the princess, and if a new girl gets shown, usually that new girl ends up being the Imperial Princess. And I was freaking right. That was her, that little scruffy girl who keeps on being quite annoying, a lot annoying in this episode. Now, I don't think she's annoying, but technically the other characters think she's annoying. Now, we do get some somewhat information about one of our characters' personality. You know, the always sort of quiet girl, who's a princess, of course, who you can see she has somewhat of a crush on Haku, but yet again also has a weird, when every time she notices two guys like come close together, she gets flustered. We figured out, it's been revealed why, because it looks like there is manga in this universe, even in a time period it's based on. I'm surprised they put manga in it. And the type of manga she reads is yaoi manga. Yeah, boys love manga. BL. I can see why she has her flustered personality when she sees two guys together, because she reads yaoi manga. She's into boys love. She's into gay stuff. Which I'm gonna make which technically that is a cliche in a lot of comedy series. Like, you get a female character who's basically a hardcore fan for BL boys love, or yaoi manga, how you prefer saying it. But I didn't expect that in this series, because I knew this series is pretty much medieval, Saxon time, but it's period. Tudors, like stuff like that. Basically, I knew this series is like based around those time periods. But there's one thing I'm a bit when I saw the manga, the first thing that it was not just because manga, but it was yaoi mainly, but manga. Like, I wonder, how old is manga in Japan? They add it could be a possibility they just add it for fun. Just for fun. But it's hard to know there is actually manga existed in those time periods. I digress. So yes, manga got revealed. So I'm quite interested about knowing that there is manga there. But anyway, basically we find out some character trait that she is into boys love. So basically, now I definitely have to expect every time a guy has some contact with another guy, like physical contact, like respecting them or hugging them or something, or take a bath, I have to expect her to have this weird reaction when it comes to basically boys coming near to each other, because you know how boys react, unless they actually swing that way, but you know what I'm talking about. Regular boys, just like respect, like pat on the back or like bro hug them or something like that. And of course, like in Japan, they have public baths, and of course, one for the males, one for the females. So of course, male go in the male bath, so of course they share the baths and stuff and like that. Now we know her character trait. She's going to be very somewhat embarrassed and somewhat turned on, sort of, like not in a pervy way, like well, actually no, it is sort of pervy at the same time, but we now expect her to have somewhat of a affection of seeing two guys together. We now expect her to have that reaction, which I wonder how that's going to work in this series, because some series do it well, some series don't. Like you said, when it comes to this kind of subject, taking the mick out of basically lesbian or gays in a series is pretty hard to do, as it's going to be quite sensitive to basically the watcher / reader if you're reading it from a book or anything. Because we all know that it is a quite sensitive topic. But we all know that basically this is the kind of comedy that people like in comedy. But again, we also know it's quite a sensitive subject. Even though the people who are doing, even though the people who are basically and let's be know they're not trying to be mean or anything, yet again it's also a sensitive subject, so even though they're trying to mean it, they could take offense at the same time. So I just wonder how this series is going to work out with basically adding those elements into comedy based status. So that's something I want to know about. Like Fate Clear Pros Melilia, the Fate series, they have done they've done that trait. They have done, but I do say they actually did quite well. They actually did quite well when it comes to comedy trait for that. But I digress. But anyway, that's something interesting to know. There it is. Next part. But mostly in this episode, but that was only only a little part in the episode, but it's a big deal to find out some character's personality. Now, in this rest of this episode, basically is the Imperial Princess causing mischief, doesn't know how the commoner life works. She doesn't work, she doesn't, buy things, she just takes them. Well, the classic royal personality. I'm surprised. And that shows you how much she's been isolated from the world. She doesn't know how the common life works. Because at least the other princesses know how the way the commoners live. They know how they live. They know they have to work. They know they have to pay for stuff. They know that already. But she has no idea. No idea. And I'm also wondering, we all know that the Emperor, he's somewhat over over 200 somewhat years old. Over 200 years old. We already know he's that old. So I want to know, how old is the princess? Because when we looked at, she looks young and healthy. And I don't believe the king fucked someone. If the king is actually not immortal and he does not age, and he does age, he's not immortal, because of course there are people out there who can live for a long time, so it's possible. But we know he's more likely not going to be immortal, so age, basically he's still going to age and stuff. I don't believe his spell is going to have any effect on her mother, and I don't think her mother would even fuck an old guy unless she's into old guys. But like I said, basically I don't believe that he fucked her to get a child that young. So first up, and again, possibility that the Emperor could be immortal, he could be immortal, and he never aged, or some magic never made him age or anything. So because of that, that means he can bang people and basically get a young child, basically, as a daughter and stuff like that. But yet again, it's also a possibility that basically she could be more than we expected to be. But I digress. That I don't really believe that's going to be the case, unless she's like again. As I said, they're both immortal. Possibility. Now, most of this episode is just being annoying to me. Pretty much every character in this episode, because except for basically Uzuka, who was not shown in this episode. You know, Uzuka. You know, the king, basically. We know that. So, except we just did so many as his persona stuff. We know he dresses up and stuff to hide his true identity and stuff like that. But we saw him in that state, but he's not in this. But not in his normal state. Now, that's how most of the episode went. So the animation quality, I actually just said the animation is pretty good. I like how they make basically the Imperial Princess pretty actually fastable with animation. Like, I'm surprised it worked with that. Of course, this is an action series, which I didn't see much action for a long time. The only time I saw action was from basically episode 1 and episode 2. That's on episode 3 if I remember correct. And that's the only time I saw proper action. The rest of the episodes, like episode 4, 6, 5, 6, now 7. Like 1, 2, 3, 4 episodes we have not seen action. So I want to see some like fights and stuff like that in the series right now, because it's been like 4 episodes since we didn't have that. So when I look at the preview of the next episode, I do believe there's going to be some action. So I can't wait for episode 8. So anyway. 1, 2, 3, yeah, chickens 4. So I can't wait till that, guys. So yeah. Anyway, that's it I've got to talk about for Kamen episode 7. Hope you guys like it. Because you have fans today. If you guys want some fan mail, go in my description below. My address is there, and yeah. Hope you guys like it. Comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.